wrote a book recently that was called
Emotional Freedom.
The
new one, The Ecstasy of Surrender, which is not
Ecstasy of Surrender. Wow, we're going to talk about that. Oh boy.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm sitting in a room with Ram Dass overlooking Maui with these beautiful people in this room filled with love. So this interview should be very surprising and fun.
I've been working with surrender and surrendering to my guru. I surrender to him my life in this moment. In the West, they shy away from the word surrender because it means you surrender to somebody. And when I say I'm surrendering to Maharaji, Maharaji is in my heart. I'm surrendering to my intuition, my wisdom. Wisdom that I've gathered subjectively, not objectively. You want to say something?
I do. So I'm surrendering to this moment. I want to convey to everyone. I hope you can feel the transmission of this, the incredible love that's coming from Ram Dass and in this room. But I just want to say that as a physician, I've been traditionally trained, and I've gone through medical school, psychiatric residency, and so forth. And we were not taught the value of surrender at all. We were taught the value of the linear mind, how we can control reality, life and death, and how if we did certain things all the time, we could control what goes on here. And I love traditional medicine, and I feel so proud to have been trained in that tradition. But in addition, the surrender happens when we realize we really don't know very much.
Yeah.
We don't. And it's all an illusion that we know that much. And hopefully, as physicians, as healers, we can be in touch with the healing forces as we help others, as we're sitting at the bedside, as we're listening to others, as we're being with them. And hopefully that force will come through us and show us what to do. In addition to the linear training. So the surrender is to the linear mind. It's not the linear mind. It's the linear mind plus everything else. It's letting go instead of being rigid and holding and trying to control or being under the illusion that we can control everything. The problem that with many physicians is that if you look at their bodies, they get very, very rigid and they hold themselves like this and they're not fluid. So the healer must have a surrendered body. The healer must be able to embody something in the body and the energy of the body to transmit it. And that requires a certain letting go to the forces that be in the moment, and that transmits the healing energy.
Are they surrendering the mind?
To a certain degree. I think the traditional medicine, conventional medicine worships the mind.
Yeah.
and the linear thought process, and believes that everything is located in the brain.
Yeah.
Everything is
Everything.
located in the brain.
Everything.
No exceptions. And you see, that's the limited perspective. The brain is magnificent. The body is magnificent.
Yeah.
The strides of traditional medicine are magnificent. However, it's only like a drop in the bucket
Yeah.
in terms of what we can do as healers. And also the humility that is required, to realize we're just vessels for the healing. I'm so honored to have the education and all the 14 years of medical training and being able to have sat in surgical, operating rooms and see the body and see the beating heart and deliver babies and all of that. I mean, it's just incredible. However, there's the spirit that is important too, that is often overlooked in medicine, which is, a huge omission.
Yeah. The healer uses his energy, he uses his body, he uses his insight to heal. Yeah.
Yes, and that we embody a certain presence. And if you develop the heart, if you have a lifelong practice of developing the heart, you begin to emanate that.
Yes,
So
yes.
basically you can help your patients to feel better simply by being and sitting next to them like this.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, this is healing. I'm healing.
You're healing me at the moment. But we can, through meditation, through the practice of the heart, through the compassion practice, we can develop something really beautiful. And for ourselves, for our own healing, but also for the benefit of others. So you develop a certain presence that makes people happy or makes them relaxed, as opposed to walking in a room just in the mind. There's a qualitative difference of somebody
Yeah.
who's just in their mind versus someone who's in their mind, but also in their hearts. The mind-heart connection is so important for the surrender in healing. Without the heart, the mind is nothing. I mean, it's not very much. It's very difficult to be around. It's not soothing. The mind isn't soothing. The heart is soothing. And so the development of the heart is what we must do for our own physical bodies and our emotions and our own surrender to the inner guru, even if we don't have an outer guru, the inner intuition. And that creates a fluidity and joy so that you can experience joy. People have a hard time
Yeah.
with joy because they can't feel it flowing as they're tight. Now the joy has to come from a playful place, and you can be linear, you can be intellectual, you can be playful, you can be a child, you can be an adult, you can be whatever you want. You're multifaceted,
Yeah.
and that can make you happy.
I sort of see it as that my mind and my perceptions of the world is out there. It's ruled by the ego. And the heart. See, we never mention the heart. The heart, boom, 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 and we can have the heart, the emotional heart, and the spiritual heart. It means that going into the soul, and then once you start in the soul, radiate. Radiate.
That's what doctors don't know how to do, is radiate. They're compact.
Yeah.
They're in their head. The head makes you very compact, so you're not radiating.
Yeah.
And then also, I must say, in terms of aging, it's the way one ages is hugely impacted by what one radiates.
Yeah.
You see, there are people who get very, very old and decrepit and bent over, and because they haven't developed the energy. But if you develop the energy in the heart, do you feel that it
Yeah.
ages you differently?
Yep.
It's a totally different trip when
Yeah.
you do that, and people don't understand that aging is so much about the energy that you're able to develop in yourself to nurture the cells and nurture the spirit. So as the body goes through changes, you have that in addition, to the other things that, the hormones that are waning or waxing or whatever you're losing, you have this extra radiance that stays with you that changes everything.
Yeah,
And that's a huge missing piece.
I know it. It's
There
a
you go.
huge.
It's a huge missing piece of aging. And so, and also the joy and the freedom, I just want to say about surrender, it's really profound. In terms of, when I've been writing this book, I've had to give up so much. I had to give up my condo where I lived. I gave up most of my possessions. I gave up for a lot of reasons, good reasons. And I've had to give up a lot because this is what I wanted. People in the West, they say, well, surrender is equal defeat and failure. You don't want to give up. You don't want to be a failure. But for me, what you said about softening, that's what I wanted the most. I wanted to soften. I don't want to be rigid and controlling
Yeah.
all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I am sometimes, but, I don't want to be that way all
Yeah.
the time. I just don't. It doesn't appeal to
Well,
me.
you've got a fine line to walk through.
I do, but it's not. It's like in the natural line. It doesn't feel unnatural at all. The softening, and then also the fierceness. You're everything. Everything, and we can be that. We can be soft and surrendered, and then at other times we can set the clear boundaries, be fierce, have the limits and the linear mind, and shift in and out. That's the beauty.
Yeah, beauty is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's for everybody. It's not just me. It's not just you. And you don't need to have a guru to do this. Your inner guru. You have to listen to yourself. If you don't listen to yourself, who are you going to listen to? I mean, you'll be lost. So many people come to me
But-
as a psychiatrist just lost because they haven't been trained to listen to their inner
Listen
voice,
to their inner guru.
their inner guru.
Inner guru, and I'm going to study in India. Forget it, India.
Exactly. Study in the world. Study in your living room. I mean, my spiritual path, I'll speak for myself, is just waking up every day and starting to walk and opening the door, period. That is enough. That is enough. It's hard for people to believe because they always want to go pilgrimage someplace to find it.
Yeah,
But it's really what you're given.
you want love? Go inside. You want peace? Go inside. And find the peace that you have, and then radiate that peace to the world.